the East End edition. And you know what? If you want to be able to join us on Zoom, pbex.ca. So pbex.ca. I'm going to share my screen quickly and show you what's going on the website. So you should be seeing a share, hopefully in a second or two. My computer's lagging. That's okay. So you should be seeing someone having a good conversation here. And so let's go down. What's going on? Member of the week, Ima Ortega. So we have Ima, and she is the member of the week. If you need a photo done, you need to have a photo taken, or you need that photo printed, or you need that sign printed, any of that stuff. That's what she does. Now we have the Monday morning session here from 8 to 9, Bell's Corners edition. Obviously, we're Wednesday, so that's for next Monday. Today, you click on this link and it'll take you right to us. So 8 to 9 a.m. East End edition. And then we have a Thursday morning session coming up, South End. And then the after hours group. So that's headed up by Penny Lee. And that is once a month, and that'll be Tuesday evening at 7 p.m. So East Trade wins every Tuesday, right up until the end of June. August and July and August, we were taking time off. Mix and mingle, high five, Bell's Corners, April 23rd.
That's next week. Woohoo!
Penny Lee, she'll help stretch your legs and the rest of your body in a good way. She does a Nia healing class. And when I say healing, it doesn't mean kneeling. Tony's Crystal Workshops on April 24th, so the next day after the Mix and Mingle. And then we have a QR directory for all Phoenix members and top books to read for success. Some other information to tell you about. We've had over $56,270 worth of referrals year to date. We've had 167 referrals between members and 187 BAMs. BAM is a business activity meeting. That's where one member of Phoenix gets to know another one a little more. They understand the nature of their business. So we encourage those because there's a direct relationship between that and the referrals. E-card, so that you can see over my shoulder, and I'm just going down. Sorry, I'm bouncing around here. You see that QR code? Well, we have that with our business cards, and that's how we can communicate. Here's all our information. You scan it, or you tap the card on someone's phone. They get all the contact details. It makes it less friction for that transfer of information. The person can then save it onto their phone and then share that information. All right, and I'm going to stop the share now and go back to normal. There we are. And you know what? We're going to have some words of advice from Mike. And it's his twin brother that's stored electronically. Over to you, Tony.
Okay, Bernie, here we go. Here's Mike with a message they can use.
Oh my! Anybody that loves golf like I do, you probably watched the Masters, and it was a phenomenal weekend at Augusta Golf Course. Today, I want to talk to you about the trigger equation unpacked. So the trigger equation serves to reduce the complexity of personal interactions down to a more manageable level with a single word that's easy to remember. That word is reap. And so the equation can be read as reap, as in regarding to rewards or reaping the harvests of the seeds that you planted and care for. But what does each letter represent, and how does that work for us? So R in reap is for reaction. This means both the reaction that is caused by one person, yourself, and the reaction of being responded by the other person. And keep this in mind that most interactions are cyclical. E is for emotion. We all have our emotions, but remember, emotion is simply a physical sensation that accompanies a thought or experience. And A is for attitude. People's attitudes are a composite of their life experiences that is amplified by the actions in the response. For example, the action component could be tone, facial expression, volume, or body language, more or less tonality or physiology. And the P is for perception. And what's perceived is not necessarily the intended message, but rather the message that has been received as a result of the REAP equation. All too often, the perceived message is not the intended message. We've all had that where we thought we were saying something, but somebody else took it some other way. Emails, actually, when you're not face to face, emails, when you write an email or a text, it can be interpreted the wrong way. You might not be able to get your message across. So the equation explains why people react the way they do. And because we are talking about people's reaction, there are in the moment factors involved that can change things up, like what, where, when, why, and how something is experienced in all degrees and all matters. So that's today's education, and just keep that in mind. REAP, and we'll just go over that just quickly again so that you remember. R is for reaction, E is for emotion, A is for attitude, and P is for perception. So today, I think the main thing is to keep the main thing the main thing. Back to you, Bernie.
And again, Mike, thank you so much for that transfer. And so other things to share with you. Here is the LinkedIn Live post. So if you want to post your contact details in that space, really handy. That way you can get some more promotional content or more promotional time out in the universe. The other thing, just to also cover off, we're looking for things. And this is where you reach out to Penny Lee if you come across one of these magic moments. And, there's a list of people that we're kind of looking for. So if you're either looking in from the outside going, hi, I've got a business and I want to start promoting myself, or you match one of these profiles, you're doing clothing retail, you're a plumber, legal services, both for personal and or business, reach out to Penny Lee and make that connection happen. And so we're going to start off with, hey, what's going on in our business life? What do we do for a living? And you know what? Dave looks like he's got the We the North t-shirt or sweat top on. So we'll start off with We the North. Dave, over to you, sir. And then we'll go to Wendy Chung. Dave, go ahead.
Hi, everyone. Dave Belleville from Belleville's Quality Frozen Foods. Spring is here, and definitely the mud is flying. Barbecues are being lit up, and we're all ready to taste that good smoked flavor of brisket and smoked pulled pork and all that stuff. So I'm ready for it this summer. The other thing is I was inspired by Susan McGarry's weight loss. So I was looking through my what is it called, the Fitness Pal app, and you mark where your weight is, and you can look back so in 2021 to 2022, I managed almost for a year to keep my weight down under 170. And then all of a sudden, from October to January, you put 20 pounds on, and then another year on, you put another 15 pounds on, and then all of a sudden you go, holy shit, what happened? So it can get away from you, but when you're focused, things can go very well. So I have a solution for everybody. This is a very quick way to diet. Is basically, diet is a war. It is a war inside your body. Your hunger, you're cheering for your hunger, and you got to defeat the fat cells. So think of you as the hunger, as the winning side, because if you feed ammunition to the fat cell, you're going to lose. So if you intermittent fast from 8 p.m. to 12 p.m. the next day, that's your window of not socializing with anybody. You don't have to have a meal with your spouse that wants to feed you sugar or all this stuff. So that's your time. You can do it on yourself. You can really focus on that time. But the other thing is that when it comes down to having stuff that are bad for you, eat half. Just think half. So if you're going to have a burger, cut it in half. If you're going to have a pizza, you have 4 slices, have 2 slices. Like, just half it. And that makes life easy. You don't have to worry about counting calories or all of that stuff. And I'll tell you how it goes. That's it for me this week.
Any BAMs or referrals, Dave?
Yes, I'm getting in touch with Sam for squash, and he's gonna probably fix my rims. And I'm probably gonna order some multivitamin from Susan McGarry to help me out. That's it.
Okay, thank you. Then we're going to Jacqueline and then Sam. Jacqueline, or sorry, Wendy and then Sam. Wendy, over to you.
Thank you. Good morning, everyone. Wendy Chung, real estate broker with Century 21 Synergy. I was away last week because my mom and I were in beautiful Jamaica. Wow, everybody needs to take a vacation. You know what? I worked the entire time, but you know what? Every time I book a vacation, my phone doesn't stop ringing. So I worked and worked and worked, but I only worked maybe an hour or two a day. And then after that, we're able to enjoy. So you know what? It was not really a working vacation, but it was definitely worth it. So my week is full of appointments with clients, past clients who are very loyal, and it's time for them to make a move. So I'm very, very grateful about that. I liked Mike's education this morning when he talked about, meanings can get lost through an email and text. So with me, I'm always about picking up the phone and talking. Jacqueline and I are working on a mutual client right now. And because her and I are in direct communication with each other, we're able to fill each other in to help the client better. And also, we know where the client is coming from because they may tell Jacqueline one thing, they may tell me something else. But as two professionals working together, it's really important that you keep that communication open and also the conversation private with each other so that you can best serve that client. So whenever you find yourself in a situation like that with any other professional, just keep in mind that a phone call goes a long way. Market is heating up. Guys, if you know of anyone that's looking to buy or sell or just has questions about the real estate market, please feel free to share my contact details. I'll be more than pleased to have a conversation with them. Thank you.
Any BAMs or referrals?
No BAMs, but I did some business with Shane Bayless through my mom just recently. She had an appointment with him.
Perfect. Sam and then Penny Lee. Sam, over to you, sir.
Thank you, Bernie. Good morning, everyone. Sam Sturris, connectedcars.ca. There's my contact information in the chat. Well, you guys know what I do. Dash cameras are my main thing, electronics in cars, but I also do minor repairs, oil changes, brake jobs. And these days I do a lot of tire changing, getting quite busy. I did a little neighborhood blitz at a special on it. I would actually pick up the people's vehicles in my neighborhood, and that's turned out to be quite the marketing plan because I've gained 4 clients so far just from doing that. So it pays to walk around the neighborhood sometimes. Let's see here. Referrals, if you know someone that still have their winter tires on, need their summers put on, as long as they're on rims, it takes me about an hour to do it. And I throw in a free brake inspection when I do it. Let's see, things going on. BAMS wise, Q is here. I saved her having a brake job on a vehicle there last week. And then she said, well, why don't you change the oil for me? So I changed the oil in her car last Saturday. Yesterday, our friend Sheldon Carrasco, who passed away last week, his wife was here, and I did summer tires on one of their vehicles yesterday, and some brake work for them. And I've got the Lexus here overnight, so I'm going to be working on that today. Besides that, let's see, Dwight, our friend Dwight from Taste Sweet Life provided me finally that recipe I've been asking him for a while since Wendy had her evening there due. Finally got the recipe for his bean dish that I like so much, so we're going to be having that very soon. That's it for me, Sam Sturris, connectedcars.ca. Today's mobile electronics without the cost of a new vehicle, and lots more.
Sam, thank you so much. Penny Lee and then Jacqueline. Go ahead, Penny Lee.
Good morning, Penny Lee Prevo, the Dancing Motivator and co-founder of the Graduate Thrivers Incorporated. Today, I'd like you to think about a special lady in your life, somebody who works very hard, that also is very giving and always offering help to other people. Those people deserve to have a retreat to get away and recharge their batteries so they can give even more of themselves. And what a great way to honor them with a weekend retreat. So my friend Elaine and I are offering this value vitality retreat, and we call it that because the value of it is exponential. It's very affordable, and you get great value out of it. And the bonus is that we are going to provide you with tools that will allow you to use them ongoing to increase your vitality. So I encourage you to think of people, women in particular, who might be interested in speaking with us. We only have 2 spots left, and that's May 3rd to the 5th weekend. So looking forward to sharing this special time with 6 wonderful ladies that are looking to recharge their battery. Movement is medicine.
Kelly, thank you so much, Jacqueline,
yes.
and then Tony.
Bams. I had a bam with
Bam, bam.
yeah,
Bam, 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 bam. Go.
I always
Sorry,
forget
Bailey.
that
Sorry.
part with
Sorry.
Tony. And I also had a conversation with Susan McGarry. And I've spoken with Terry regarding working with other seniors residences to provide my my NIA moving to heal. So that's it. Thank you.
Kelly, thank you so much. Jacqueline, over to you, and then Tony. Jacqueline, go ahead.
Great, super. And I know you're sitting up tall and you're allowing yourself to take that breath, lift the shoulders, take them back, drop them down. And as you exhale, you think, wow, life is so short. And what is it that I'm missing? What can I pull in? Thank you, Sam, for letting us know about Sheldon. Very much appreciate it, because imagine what the family's gone through, been through. Did they do what they needed to do? Is there a will in place? Is there a in place? Is there a in place? Are we the people who that they can come to and say, I have questions? We're the people that they can come to because they have questions. We're here to answer. Thank you very much, Bernie, for Tuesday. It was amazing. There's a number of people who came out because they had questions that they thought I could answer. When you're looking for solutions for your mortgage money, you always want to contact, thank you, Wendy, your mortgage honey.
Jacqueline, thank you so much. Mr. Tony, over to you, lad.
Jacqueline, did you have any BAMs or any businesses other than what with Wendy?
Right. I had friends over and I called Dave. I said, Dave, could I have some steak? And he said, well, I think you can. And it was, I think, what, less than 24 hours. Thank you, Dave. They appreciated it, as did I.
Thank you, Jacqueline.
Yes.
Hi, everybody. Tony Jennis from Higher Self. I'm the spirit guy of the group, and my services usually will come in when people need me the most from a personal or a business perspective. I normally don't get clients that are very focused, that have everything together. They're calm, they're goal-oriented, and they got everything under control. That's how you're going to leave once you come to me. I usually get the one on the other side. The only reason I mention this because last night I had a client and he says, sorry, Tony, it's been so long. It's been 6 months, but I've been trying to get a few things together before I saw you. And I was thinking, okay. And then within that hour, he was all those things. He was calm, goal-oriented, and all that. And I says, what made you wait so long? He says, I thought I could figure it out on my own. I says, that's respected. But you do realize that's like going to a hairdresser or not going to a hairdresser until your hair is perfect. All right. So if you know somebody who is out of sorts, who is just is really challenged, overwhelmed, There's things going on in their life which is affecting their business, and that's really where I come in. That's when I come in, actually, when it starts to affect your business. That means it's going to start affecting the amount of resources you're going to be able to bring into the home to pay mortgage, take care of your kids. And that's when I really get involved. It's like if your personal and your business are together, let's get them both honed and your personal come first. Your business is like a trailer. It'll come right after that. And if you're successful, your business will be. Tony Jennis from Higher Self, where we are here to raise your spirits.
Tony, thank you so much. Do you have any BAMs?
I did. I had a great BAM with Penny Lee yesterday. Penny Lee, that was amazing. We've had BAMs quite a bit, and every time we get together, I find a new layer in her. So it's really great. Thank you, Penny Lee. Your oceans certainly do run deep. Had a meeting, an actual meeting with Eric Senego. He's got. He was going through our Phoenix thing, and I don't think we talked about taxes at all in his office. We were there for an hour and a half. We talked about the ideologies and the various things about political stuff going around the world. And what a nice man he really is. I've never had an accountant so thorough in his what he's doing. But he's working well with our numbers, and I had a couple of questions for him of how we can switch Phoenix around and do certain things, and he had some great suggestions on how we can improve Phoenix, and we're going to be looking at that. One of the things I talked to Penny Lee about yesterday, and we'll look into that more, and Bernie will have a chat there. But he's got some great ideas that I want to just run by you. Just to make our group a little more thorough, a little more focused, and so that we can improve our business. The referrals come right after. I mean, referrals are a natural thing that I find. As long as everyone has that goal, they know where they're going. We got that set up, and then yeah, we'll get a group. But as a group, we're going to be growing together, and that's really the point. We want to be part of your growth. Thanks, Bernie.
Tony, thank you so much. And that is a very, very excellent point to make. You're always seeking advice from other members in the group and how to improve.
Always.
And conversely, if you're either a member of Phoenix or you're looking from the outside in, and you want to go, how do I grow my business? Come on in. This is a perfect pitch. It's the perfect call to action, thing to do. So what do I do? Hey, that rhyme. That doesn't happen often. So I connect people, I connect businesses, and sometimes I find people like Eric Senego, because I did a referral for him with another contact. And what else has been going on? Jacqueline, she's been on my podcast, Knack for Business, last Friday. So that was good. Of course, I have a BAM with Tony. Who doesn't have a BAM with Tony, right? But that's part and parcel of what's going on. Let's see, East Trade Winds. The week before, Tony, Lana, Jacqueline were there. This week, same suspects. Add on Tanya and Carl, right? And then Tony's session on Friday. If you need to get that kind of calm state of mind, that's the place to be. And then, we don't want that. I was almost going to post I was just going to post a little bit more information, but it showed up with a quote of the day, and that's only for the end. So there's a session. There's a couple things to share with you, and they are next Monday at World Referral Network, which is part of, East Trade Winds is part of that. There's some information in there, so free to attend. It's a Monday afternoon at 3 p.m. if you have time. Hop in, no cost. And the other one is Earl Flamata, and I mentioned him earlier. So again, looking at businesses and different ways. So he's the evil marketing genius. He won't be next Tuesday, but he'll be the following Tuesday. So every second Tuesday, just connect through the meetup and just register there. And without much more ado, the wonderful, the ever popular, the ever smiling, Susan McGarry.
Thanks so much, Bernie. That's a lovely intro. Good morning, everyone. My name is Susan McGarry. I'm with a company called Pure Trim, as you all know. We don't have 150 products. We may have 15 to 16 products. And today I was going to just feature two of them, which is our new hair cells and our new lash cells. And I'm going to share the screen because I have two short 4-minute clips that I want to share with everyone. And the first one I'm going to do is on the hair cells, just to give everybody education on how this product works. It does a way better job than I could ever do. So without further ado, here we are.
Know that by the age of 30, over 50% of men and women are suffering from visible hair loss. The good news, losing your hair won't kill you. The bad news, it can definitely make you feel insecure and look much older than your age. Thinning hair is caused by a number of factors that are just difficult to control. Hormonal changes, nutritional deficiencies, sleep deprivation, or most commonly, stress and trauma. Hair growth is made up of 3 stages. Antigen, which is the growth phase. Catagen, which is the transitional phase. This is when the hair sheds. And telogen, which is the resting phase. Each individual strand of hair goes through its own independent cycle at different times, which means not all your hair passes through each phase together. Otherwise, you'd lose your hair all at once. However, if your hair cycle is disrupted, this could cause hair shedding before the new hair growth is fully ready. And this is when hair loss or thinning problems with your hair may occur. In other words, if your hair is in the resting phase too long, your hair becomes thinner, looking less full. The secret is to keep your hair transitioning quickly into the antigen phase, making your hair fuller and thicker looking, giving you that younger looking appearance. And while you can find all kinds of products that claim to regrow hair, all they really do is stimulate blood flow to the scalp, which causes irritation and can even make the problem worse. So what is the solution? How do you re-energize the body's natural hair growing cycle? How do you get the process back on track? The answer is stem cells, according to recent clinical studies. It's in the news every day, but how can stem cells help hair growth? Think of stem cells as the body's raw materials, cells from which all other cells with specialized functions are generated, including hair growth. It's true, and it represents the cutting edge of hair growth science, but it comes at a cost. Right now, there are a handful of clinics across the country that charge between $3,000 and $10,000 for a course of this innovative treatment. And it's not only expensive, it's painful, with countless injections in the scalp. Oh, and the results are not guaranteed. So if stem cells are the future, but are painful and expensive, what is the solution that is guaranteed? The answer comes from nature, from the science of the Mediterranean. A brand new serum from the scientists at PureTrim, a state-of-the-art topical plant-based serum that is safe and effective, and results can be seen in just 47 days. Introducing hair cells, featuring plant stem cells derived from rose, goji, and argan. Hair cells is an easy-to-use topical serum you use in the morning and before bedtime. No injections. It's proven, with results in just 47 days. Hair cells also works on eyebrows, so if you have thinning eyebrows, just apply this serum over your eyebrows before bedtime, and you'll be impressed with the results. Hair cells could be the answer you're looking for. Imagine getting back your confidence, your youth, your hair, with results in just 47 days. This is not hype, it's plant science. There is no risk. Remember, there are 2 things that are absolutely true. Number 1, once you start losing your hair, you may eventually lose almost all of it. And number 2, if you do nothing, nothing will change. The best time to do something about your hair loss was last week. So order your bottle of hair cells now. Why? Because you do have something to lose if you do nothing. Your hair. Take the 47-day hair cells challenge now, and you will be impressed with the results. Thanks for watching.
Okay, now we're going to put on the lash cells video. This is for your lashes to help them grow naturally.
Why is everyone so obsessed with longer lashes? The reason is that longer lashes make you look at least 10 to 20 years younger. They also increase your attractiveness. Long lashes make you feel sexy. This is why most people are obsessed with longer, fuller, thicker lashes. But what causes lashes to start disappearing? The number one cause is hormonal changes. Women over the age of 40 go through perimenopause, which causes a reduction in estrogen production, which can trigger hair loss. During menopause, most women commonly notice thinning of their hair, including their eyebrows and lashes. Additionally, having added stress or trauma can push your hair follicles into the telogen phase, also known as the dormant phase, which causes your lashes to fall out. Number 2 is using mascara and fake lashes. People are discovering very quickly that the glue from those fake eyelashes start clogging lash follicles and leads to massive lash loss. The same problem happens with heavy use of mascara. Leaving eye makeup on for too long, especially overnight, can harm lashes and speed up lash shedding. And the third reason, chemicals in skincare. Facial cleansers or eye creams that have a lot of chemicals in them are bad for your lashes. You should be aware that some of the surfactants and acids in many facial cleansers you use daily can stop or inhibit lash growth. Cleansers that are harmful contain oils, glycol, triclosan, parabens, and sulfates like sodium lauryl or lauryl sulfate. Here's an important buyer beware fact. Many lash serums on the market are full of drugs like prostaglandins and prostaglandin analogs. According to medical doctor Stanley Burke, MD, these chemicals can cause shrinkage of fat cells, leading to fat atrophy around the eye, which results in a sunken eye look and creates dark circles under the eye, making you look 10 years older than you actually are. The paraorbital fat tissue seems to melt away and can even cause droopy eyelids in both the upper and lower lids. Other side effects from prostaglandins and their analogs include discoloration of the eyelid, increased wrinkles around the eye, and possibly changing the color of your eyes from blue or green to brown. When you take a moment and read the ingredient list for some of these top-selling lash serums, you can find synthetic, dangerous prostaglandin analog compounds hidden under these names. So what is the answer? The real solution is finding a natural plant-based lash serum. A lash serum using Mediterranean plant science to feed your lash follicles. This is the reason we launched our lash serum. It's called Lash Cells, and it doesn't have any drugs in it. It's a 7 times super concentrated plant-based serum that uses specialized probiotics and Mediterranean plant stem cells that really help to stimulate your lash follicles to produce thicker, longer lashes. There's even a special blend inside the serum that helps the pigment of your lashes so they become nice and dark. We found that most people see results in 4 weeks and even better results after the 7-week clinical target. Imagine seeing thicker, fuller, longer looking lashes without buying expensive mascara products or fake lashes you need to glue on. Imagine never making another expensive, time-consuming appointment for lash extensions. Imagine just waking up with the natural, sexy, full, thick look-at-me lashes of your youth. Well, you can stop imagining, because the great news is that the longer you use lash cells, the thicker and fuller your lashes will look. Take this 7-week Lash Cells challenge and see how lash cells can change your life forever. Get ready to start receiving compliments about how beautiful your lashes look. Start using Lash Cells right now consistently and see the results for yourself. Please tell your friends and family about this amazing new lash serum once you start seeing the results. Thank you for watching and sharing Lash Cells with your friends.
Okay, so that's the new products that we have. So in closing, if there's anyone that you know and care about that would like to try these products, I have them available. What I love about the lash cells, this little container lasts you about 3 months. I just finished up my bottle and I'm now on my second. I used to invest in lashes, fake lashes, and I just ripped my original lashes out. So it's nice to be able to have my old lashes back, thicker and longer. And I've got a number of customers that are getting great results with the hair cells growing back, and women too, especially. So thanks for listening, guys.
Go ahead, Wendy.
So I'm one of the clients for Susan McGarry for the lash cell. And in fact, it works. Like at first, I had bought something else from Sephora, which I thought would work, but it didn't work. And so when Susan had first introduced lash cells, I was a little bit skeptical just because of a previous experience with another product, but I'm telling you, it works. So I did a testimonial for Pure Trim, and I think Susan had told me that they used it for one of their training, and I was impressed. You know, just getting back from Jamaica, every single woman I saw had fake eyelashes. It looked like little spiders on their eyes. Like it was just so much. And at first I was like, oh my God, like what are their eyes going to look like after, you know, after many years of using these fake eyelashes? But wow, you know what? You really don't need to put fake things on your eyes. You can do it in this way. And this product really works. So if you want to try it, please reach out to Susan. It works.
Thank you, Wendy.
Susan, how much is the doggy in the window, so to speak, or the lash?
This one is $49.99. Again, it lasts for 3 months. And so is the hair cells. That should last a month or 2 months. And I usually get people to start on 3 bottles because they'll get results in their first 47 days. But it's important to be very consistent.
Got another question for you. What's a typical fake eyelash cost to do it right, and how long does it last?
Yeah, like when I used to invest in these butterfly eyes, they used to call them, Wendy. It's $20 for a box of 4. And then you have to buy the glue for $10, and you're putting them on every day. The problem is when you're taking them off at night, you're literally ripping out your own eyelashes. So you get married to these fake ones. You're committed, because if you don't have the fake lashes on, you have nothing. You've ripped off out your own. So I was very grateful. I probably spent about $100 a month on fake lashes. And then if I had a special event, like a wedding, I might get an esthetician to put them in for me, and that's $120 just to have them put one lash at a time in on your eye. Yeah, and they last about 2 weeks. So now I have my own lashes, which I'm very grateful for.
You women have too much complication in your lives.
Well, that's what I'm trying to do, is simplify for sure. And Pure Trim's helped me do that, thank God.
Holy
It's the
shit,
French Canadian in me,
eyelash.
Dave. It's the French Canadian in me.
I would never get out of the house.
Yeah.
If I had to do what a woman has to do before going out the door, man, I'd never get out.
Or you to have a date, one of the two. Don't tell your wife that, man. Don't tell your wife that.
She just said, I agree.
Susan, I just got a text from my wife. She says she wants to try one. I just texted her for something.
By the way, that's a referral. That's a referral right there.
Can I add that as a referral?
You sure can.
Okay.
Oh, that's good.
Thanks so much for letting me share.
Yeah. So yeah, I'll have a chat with you there, Susan. I want to put a few more things on the order. Okay.
Sure.
So Susan, I would suggest posting that in the LinkedIn piece also. You know, that particular product, and get a hold. Again, this goes back to working with who we have around us, and Kat Hurd, and she can help promote that piece too on the other pages. Which now I swing over to the rest of the group here. You know what, Dave? You know, barbecue season is starting. You know, so get a hold of Kat. You know, put some beef on the social media, and you know, move it around. And the same for Penny Lee. You know, just get those legs stretching and you know, kicking. Not quite can, but you know what I'm saying, right? Of course, Sam. Yes, we can be dashing with the cameras too. Or the mortgage honey. Won't forget her.
Yeah. So
one more question, Susan, is for that product, is there anybody that should not use it? Is there someone that, you know, they're going through medical treatments or stuff like that? Is that something they should stay away from, or are they good to use it?
Yeah, I think they're good to go because everything is natural, plant-based. There's no chemicals or anything. But I always tell people if you're at all leery, because there's so much stuff out there, don't hesitate to take it to your pharmacist or your doctor because we are in the compendium, the blue book that doctors and pharmacists reference, and they can check your medicational record to see if it will inhibit at all with the medication that you're on. Because there are certain ingredients and things that your doctor will say, you know, don't take grapefruit, don't take grapes, don't eat strawberries, stuff like that. Of course, there's no strawberries or grapes in this, but always good to check with their doctor if they're leery, but it's pretty safe. I haven't had any issues
Perfect.
yet.
Perfect. Great,
Okay,
everybody,
I just got a text from my daughter-in-law, and she wants one too.
Look
Good
at
thing I
you,
didn't put my
Tony.
order in yesterday.
Yeah,
Yes,
she
it's very
went
popular
vegan.
with the
She
young
won't put-
ladies because they're the
Yeah,
ones
she won't
using
put
it a
anything
lot.
on her body unless it's plant-based, so she's yeah, she found out that white sugar, the reason it's white because a natural white sugar is like a beige, it's an off-white, and to make it white, they have to use bone, ground it up, and that's how it's white, and when it's come together. So she won't have any sugar at all. So yeah, what Dave was saying before is there's a lot of stuff just in sugar that is it's
Oh.
surprising,
I didn't know it was a source of calcium.
Yeah, it is actually. It's very small. Yeah.
You can actually read all the ingredient names on the box for lash cells, and you can pronounce them all. So that's a really good thing. There is an app that I can also recommend to everyone. It's called Yuka, Yuka. And what it does is it scans the barcode and it tells you, it ranks it from 0 to 100%. That's right, Susan. And it's amazing. Wow. You go through your medicine, not even medicine cabinet, your toiletries, you scan them and you can see if there's harmful chemicals in there, and it's your choice if you want to continue using it or not. Wow. Because there are alternatives. So the app actually gives you a few alternatives to a product that you're already using that is harmful. So when I scanned, I thought, oh, it must be okay because all the marketing and all the advertising, makes it look like, or makes it sound like it's all natural and good, but it ranks like 9 out of 100. So I'm like, oh my God, I'm throwing that in the garbage. But when it gives you an alternative, you really have a choice of what you put on your skin, which is the largest organ that you have. So there are alternatives, and we need to be aware of what we're ingesting into ourselves from our skin. So it's called Yuka.
That's Y-U-K-A, Yuka.
Yeah,
Wendy,
it looks like a carrot.
Wendy, why don't you just put the app name in that? Oh, there it is. Jacqueline just did it.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's great. What a great app. I don't know.
Serum alone, Tony, I put the serum in, the skin serum, 100%. 100 out of 100. And that's really hard to get. Like they scrutinize everything to its cellular level. And the serum that I put on every night.
So that's the eyelash one?
No, I don't think they have that one in there yet because it's a new product, but our serum, the Pure Gardens cream, for your skin.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
That scored 100. Yeah. So that's pretty cool.
Oh, that's good. Oh, I'm going to send that to my daughter-in-law. She's right into the health like crazy.
This is like a group BAM. This is awesome. we can register all ourselves for having no, seriously. And that you know what? And that's the nature of what a business activity meeting does, right?
That's it. That's it.
You kind of unfold the story and then it goes back and forth.
Perfect. I just did 7 BAMs just now.
times 8. So there you go.
Yeah. Oh, that's good. Yeah, that's good, Susan. That's that they're so adamant about their products about that way. But even though that it is, if you compare it to a lot of things in the market, it might be more expensive. But when it comes down to it, if you're getting a 9 out of 100, that's why they're cheaper, because they have to cut corners and then because it's that much cheaper, it's going to sell more and more advertising dollars. So it all comes that way.
Well, that's really what it is, Tony. You know, what as a consumer, and we're all consumers, we fall into the trap of all this beautiful marketing. They spend so much money on marketing, making it sound like it's the best thing ever, and they make claims that are not backed up. Like, you know, there's so many words that they can use, even in real estate. You know, there's a lot of agents that put out certain claims, you know, the top agent in blah, blah, blah. Well, you have to have a disclaimer, top agent in what area of Ottawa, for example. It's not all of Ottawa, but, you know, perception is reality for a lot of people, right? So they think, oh, well, this guy is, you know, the most, the busiest realtor. It's funny, I bumped into a past client at Costco the other day, and I actually remembered his name after 5 years, and he said, I cannot believe you remember my name. I looked at his face and I recognized him. And I said, well, what are you up to? You know, and he said, oh, well, you know what? Real estate must be good, you know, for everyone. I've got a really good friend, and he's doing so well. He's driving a Porsche. And, you know, I didn't answer that, you know, I didn't answer to that comment, but I thought to myself, okay, well, if I wanted a Porsche, I could get one too. But to demonstrate all of this wealth and be all fancy and this and that, it's just not my style. But it's okay for somebody else. But it's interesting how he equated someone's success to the car that he drove.
Yeah.
Right. But that's, in my opinion, that's a male thing, because I know there's a lot of realtors who drive these fancy cars and they're always flashy. But I don't find that women are necessarily the same. And sometimes when I speak to consumers, when I go to an appointment at their house to interview for the job of taking their listing, they, you know, they also look at what you drive. But as long, for me, it's all about being humble. I know my value, and I don't have to flash it in somebody's face. I don't have to have the fancy car and revving it up and whatever. But it's interesting how people equate success and good value, I guess.
I had a client last week, a millionaire, and he drives a 2005 Toyota.
Okay.
He says, he says my money is invested. It doesn't have to be shown. So yeah, it's it's a very modest house. I feng shuied his house before. It's very modest, nothing fancy. But he had mentioned in one of the talks, he says, when somebody buys a flashy thing, they have just enough credit to buy that. It doesn't mean they're doing well. It just means your credit is high enough to buy something that you don't have money for.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, that is so true.
It's interesting. Yeah.
Yeah. Good.
And if I could just say thank you so much, Wendy, for doing that testimonial.
Oh, you're welcome.
Amazing. I got a lot of positive feedback from that. Yeah, it was really great. She came on one of our Inspires through Pure Trim. So I really appreciated her doing that. She could have said no, but she took her time out and did that for me. And it really, really meant a lot. So thank you.
Well, I think for all of us, you know, if we feel that there was a value add to what we use from one of our friends and members, I think it's a really good idea to step up and help that person to promote it, because if it works, it works, right? People want to hear from real people, not fake testimonials. I mean, I've seen it. I know there's certain agents that pay a company to pad their Google reviews. And to me, you know, it's like, oh, that's cheating. You know, if it's not real, it's not real. But, you know, who's to say and who's to watch over that? But again, it's all about being real and being genuine. Last night I went and interviewed for with a referral that I got from a woman from the golf course, and he came with his mom. I didn't know he was coming with his mom, but that's absolutely fine. And at the end of the interview, I asked him, do you feel comfortable with me? Would you like to work with me? And the mom, she was already nodding yes, but he was hesitant. You know, he said, well, you know, I'm not sure. And the mom said, well, what do you mean? You know, well, what's wrong with you? But anyway, I didn't put pressure on him. And I just said, you know, go away tonight. I've given you all the information. Think about it. And you know what? Do go out and interview other agents for the position of representation, because it's your choice. You always have that choice. but I recommend that you go and interview others and learn from them what they're going to offer to you. But make sure that you feel a connection and you feel you can build trust with that person, because that's the way I work. I work through trust, so I left it at that. And so hopefully I will follow up with him probably later today, just to sort of find out if he has any further questions. But again, consumers have choices, but if you give them all the opportunity and you show all the value, that's all you can do. Yeah.
Yeah, women buy the house anyway. It doesn't.
Well, he has no woman. He has no woman, so it's his mother.
That's why us men, we own the garage and the basement, I think.
Yeah.
That's where we get sent to.
Yep.
Dave.
Yeah. Yeah, that was good. Thank you, Susan. That was a good presentation. Yeah. That's
and just
good.
as another testimonial piece, Dave does sell some great quality beef, chicken, and fish, like the smoked salmon. My mouth's already watering just thinking about it, right? So, and some nice cream cheese, a little bit of chives on top, some capers, on a bagel. What can you ask for?
Now,
Or
if we can
maybe
get
it's-
our teeth sunk into some mortgages, that would be great, eh?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that's coming up soon.
Yeah, seriously, Jacqueline, you got to have some kind of a jar of honey that you give to all your clients that get a mortgage. This is your mortgage honey.
Have you ever thought of doing that, Jacqueline? That's a great idea.
With your own label.
Yeah,
That's right, and you can do that. It's so easy to do now. Yeah,
Yeah.
it is.
you get it labeled.
Let's see. I was at Invest Ottawa, and they actually have, exactly. Invest Ottawa actually has a hive on their roof. And so they handed me a bottle of honey, and I thought, can I buy this? This would be great for my clients. And they said, no, they're simply gifts. We don't sell it. But they said, what a great idea. You are the mortgage honey. You should.
Yeah.
Here's
We have
your
a lot
mortgage
of
honey.
suppliers out here, Jacqueline, in the country. If ever you need me to hook you up for a good price, say, in the country, they make their own here. So might be
Yeah.
less expensive. But great
There's
idea.
also this company in Kempville, Jacqueline, we just went out to pick them up, called the Barking Bee Company. So they're local. So in fact, every time I go to meet a new client, I give them a gift of honey or maple syrup, or yesterday I gave them a basil plant. So we always bring something when we thank someone for spending the time and considering us to help them with their next real estate move. So I can talk to you about that, Jacqueline, and you can put your own sticker on it too, and you're supporting local. So it's a great idea.
It's called sweetening the deal.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah.
you guys gonna like
That's
this quote for the
great.
day, though. You're gonna like the quote for the day.
Okay.
And it goes like this: "Alone we can do so little; together we can do so much." And that's from Helen Keller. So this kind of resonates through the whole meeting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah. And just from an energetic perspective, always get local honey.
Yeah.
Because what the bees do locally, it creates the pollen that is local. And from that local area, the bees create the antibodies based on that region. So if you get something from North Dakota, they're different bees because it's a different allergens that are around all of the plants, and it creates a different thing from local. So if you get something from that, it won't be the same energetically, because it's local bees that make that antibodies that is good for us here locally.
Yeah.
So
and
it's
the other,
even
So
Toronto is
true.
too far.
yeah, the other thing is there are many beekeepers within the Ottawa region.
Yes,
And
yes, there are.
Like I have a friend who's coming on the retreat who has beehives and they do their own honey and has for many years, but her honey tastes a certain way because the bees only go a certain radius. And so depending on the plants that they are using, pollinating and collecting from, you get different flavors of honey. That's why you can go to the south end in Kempville and have a honey from there, and it'll taste different than somebody that's,
Yes.
for example, in the Rockland area. it's totally dependent on the plants that they are accessing. So yeah, it's pretty
So
cool.
true.
There's lots of different ones local that you can go to.
Okay, good.
Folks, thank you so much. And look, we're wrapping up on time.
Good stuff.
Remember
Yeah.
to remember to save the chat.
I
Yeah.
need salmon.
Yeah, Dave, I need salmon.
Awesome.
And just as another reminder, Zoom has done another update, so it's out there.
Oh, good. I gotta go do that.
Everyone, have a great week.
Okay,
Okay.
bye.
Yeah. Well,
Susan,
well,
thank you so
we'll
much.
chat again
Do you
soon.
have any more
Okay.
steaks?
She's
Do you have any-
gone.
Gone. Okay.